Mixed martial arts is illegal here in New York, but should the new Kevin James movie about an MMA fighting teacher be outlawed too? Well, here with his take and to deliver a few jabs of his own, our very own Lights Camera Jackson.
Hi, good to see you again. Now, Kevin James' funniest film to date, I gotta go with Paul Blart Mall Cop. Came out 4 years ago, believe it or not, and since then there have been some dreadful roles for him in the terrible Grown Ups and the mediocre Zookeeper. They were all produced by Adam Sandler, along with this movie, Here Comes the Boom, which goes to the bottom of the list. James plays Scott Voss, a high school biology teacher who's been slacking off since he won Teacher of the Year 10 years ago. Because of budget problems, the school is being forced to make major cuts that include eliminating many extracurricular activities and the music program. This has a major effect on Marty, the music teacher, played by Henry Winkler, who has a lot of very talented students and who just found out that his wife will soon be having a baby. Yes, even though he's nearly 70, the Fonz is gonna be a dad. Scott feels terrible that Marty's gonna lose his job, so after watching an MMA fight on TV, Scott comes up with the outrageous idea of becoming a fighter so he can make the $48,000 needed to keep the music program alive. He gets a former MMA fighter turned trainer, played by Bas Rutten, to teach him the sport and starts his career in the cage, hoping to earn all the money by the end of the school year.
All right, Jackson, obviously the producers here, they're looking to take advantage of the popularity of MMA, how funny Kevin James is.
Right.
What went wrong?
Well, the first 20 minutes or so, actually not that bad. The setup is promising. There are a few funny lines, but the biggest problem you have here is the premise. A 42-year-old biology teacher that's being able to survive as an MMA fighter. It's completely ridiculous. So the whole movie should have been simply played for laughs. Instead, they take it so seriously with sincere dialogue and sentimental subplots and music, and the story becomes so obvious that you know what's going to happen and you just don't care.
Looks like there's a lot of fighting in this movie, though, just judging from the clip. Should MMA fans be excited at least about this?
There are a lot of fight scenes and a lot of cameos by real UFC personalities, but I think MMA fans are also expecting to gonna laugh during this movie, but instead they get a lot of Kevin James stunt double getting beaten up over and over and over again. I don't think they'll like that a whole lot.
Surprising to see Henry Winkler here, especially given the role that his character plays. Anybody else in the cast we should know about?
Winkler's actually not that bad. You've got Salma Hayek, who plays the school nurse and James's obvious love interest, and you've also got UFC commentator Joe Rogan as himself, and he actually gets fifth billing, which must have been part of the deal.
Yeah, must have been. All right, MMA fighting can get pretty brutal. Is this appropriate for kids of all ages?
It's rated PG for the MMA fighting scenes, some gross, rude humor, and some language. It's appropriate for kids 10 and up, but they're going to be as disappointed as everyone else.
All right, what's on the judges' card, Jackson? What's the grade?
On the official LCJ report card, Here Comes the Boom gets a D+. The idea had the potential of a Happy Gilmore in the MMA world, but instead here we get a Here Comes a Bomb.